at it. I'm gonna send him to decline. We are back, people. You're on air with Regime Gaming. Our values are honor, valor, sacrifice, and esprit de corps with gaming because loot. And we are breaking up the hammers because, you know, hammers are good for life. You using the axe now? No, no, Neek. Bring the hammer. We're going to the training grounds. We're gonna get you good on the hammer. I'm dragging you to the training grounds with me. It's time for you to use the hammer. Hello, Dams Killer. Do you also play Dauntless? And if so, what weapon do you main? We're trying to get this hammer thing working right, so excuse us while I fumble around. Virgil looks like a pro. Oh, don't you dare! Don't you dare! My server network connection timed out, but now it can't play. Oh, you're an axe player. See, there's something about chucking an axe halfway across the screen at something. There is just something about chucking an axe. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta get out of whatever party I'm in. I just realized we're still in party. I'm gonna have to leave party so Neat can actually talk. Okay, there we are. We're gonna try this again. Yeah, well, the glitch in which, as you're trying to load into a map, you just drop off entirely. They really got to get that netcode fixed. And now I need, I've got 2 Virgils in the party. I want to kick the old one. Kick. I don't even know. I don't even know at this point. So, like, this netcode needs some serious adjustment. Well, I know very little French, but I do know bonjour. We've Gotta get this fixed. Did Neat just glitch out too? uh,
Look who's here. Very good, Captain.
okay. Now we're gonna try this again. Okay. Training grounds. Bring your hammer, Neek, if you can. If not, we're gonna have to be training against, you know, things like ember mains and whatnot. There it is. Greetings, Char. Okay, so you got your hammer, Neek? First thing I'm going to teach you, when sprinting with the hammer, triangle, that's a hammer jump. The hammer is slow, but, you know. Oh, Neek, you're on Discord now? Or... that would work, I suppose. Wait, where did Virgil go? Well, I've got two of him in the party, too. That's, yeah. Okay, so join me over here on this one, Neek. And I'm in the Discord chat if that helps. Okay. Okay. So you need to learn how to prime your hits, Neek. So, priming your hits is where you swing and then press the triangle button after. But not like that. That was not that was a failure. Okay, so So let me see. I forgot how that. And then you've got a forward combo for so if you point towards the Behemoth and then hit the square, square, square triangle, point towards the Behemoth. Okay, so Neek, I need to see a prime on your. Oh, you're on the Switch. It's probably the Y button. So doing that is to prime a hit. So your triangle button is the button to shoot, right? So get used to using this. Oh, you're not running that special. You need to get a different special, Neek. You need to get the concussive blast. Because that special just gives whoever the power to do more damage to the Behemoth. So you need to actually switch to the other special where you can actually shoot. Because that's how you're going to get most of your interrupts. See, I don't have a perfect timing on it either. So you see how I'm doing so much stun that. So my regular hits. Let me back away from this one. No. My regular hits do 240 stun damage roughly. But when you prime them with your shooting button, it does a lot more damage. So when you swing, shoot right after you press the swing button. So press, if your swing button is X, press Y right after, yeah, kind of like that. There. You should see a little red light go off, like when you shoot after you hit. Swing, then shoot. Swing, then shoot. I'm just a little angry that Virgil's kicked out of the party right now. What gives? So, swing and shoot. Whoa. And then when you don't have any ammo, you're When you don't have any ammo, that's the reload. Well, for me, it's the R1 button is the reload. But what you really want to do is reload by hitting the behemoth with that third hit, or fourth hit of the combo. Because it gives you a stronger ammo charge. It's called Aether Charged ammo. Okay, and the other one you need to get used to is your forward combo. So if you swing while holding forward, okay, so you start first swing and then hold forward and then stop. So swing, hold forward. Swing. Now, one of the things you need to have on your build is called Knockout King, because it gives you that extra stun damage. And then, when it comes to interrupting the behemoth, you have your main shot, which you need to change your special so you can actually do that. And then you have this thing where you hit the shoot button twice, and you use the hammer to actually dash using your ammo. So sometimes you can actually interrupt things by dashing across them. Can you do that? You have to double tap it in quick succession. Yeah, there you go. So that'll get you some quick motion. And if you're running, triangle gives you a little, so you can swing in midair. So that gives you a little bit of boost to speed, because the hammer is really trash when it comes to speed. Yeah, I'm in here. It says you Silverleaf, right? This is Silverleaf from the chat. Yeah. Yeah. I go by Shadra Kirsa. Although my PS4 tag is the hardest fighter. So, look at this name, Meek. Look at this name. The name on this person right here in the game. A girl killed you. But yeah, I think you need to learn how to prime the hits. So you have to swing and then shoot right afterwards. You have to have the ammo first. So if you don't have ammo, it won't work. And then so, but just swing and shoot first, and then you get that attack. See what I'm doing? And you get a little buff. Yeah, but see, the problem is it makes it like, yeah, you have to do it right after you start to swing. Otherwise, you should see a red, what's his name? Or, see, I messed up that one. But you should see a little boost on the hammer itself when you swing. Oh, okay. Yep, we're doing Dauntless because we're trying to get her good with the hammer. We already got her good with the pike. But yeah, we got Virgil waiting as well, so if you're able to prime, let's go ahead and do a 1 to 13 escalation with your hammer. Also, switch your special. You're going to need the shot. I think it's called concussive salvo or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Because if not, you will... Yeah. Alright. That's how you do your most of your interrupts. Let's do this 1 to 13 blaze escalation. Well, you should have a separate outfit for when you're using the hammer. Well, alright. Yeah, just keep a separate outfit for when you're using the hammer, and that way... I don't know why they're letting Virgil join in. It's weird. Because Okay. Let me go... Yeah. I gotta... Okay, so instead of doing this hunt, I'm gonna cancel the hunt and try to go back to Ramsgate and start from there. I'm gonna leave the party entirely and invite everybody back. Hunting party. It's... I think it is. Well, see, that's the problem. Dauntless is free to play, and every time they do an update, they get something right and then they mess something up. Well, have you ever played like Warframe or a lot of your free to play? Well, yeah, is actually free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And with Destiny, even after you've paid $60 for the main game, you actually got to pay for the expansion packs every time. Because it just costs too much money once you're trying to keep up with every expansion that comes out. Mon Macer, a friend of ours, she actually uh plays Destiny, and she's already dropped $200 into Destiny. I'm like, damn. I'm like, okay, well we're playing Dauntless. You know Dauntless is free fitty, right? Free fitty. No, but you can actually just grind it out. You don't have to pay for it up front. Like the cool stuff, you can grind it out and wait, and you can get it later. Like Cerulean's already spent money on Dauntless, and that hurts my head. Yeah. Yeah, you see somebody who comes in the game looking fly, right? And then they're total trash. And you're like, no, you're fly. I thought you grinded this gear. What? Why are you dying? Why am I picking you up? I'm in here in the newbie gear, and you're out here looking like a goddamn samurai ninja from Cyberpunk 2089. And okay, what? I mean, Nick, you're gonna have to leave the training grounds and come to Ramsgate. So it depends on how much you like grind. Yeah. But you know, Dauntless is one of those things where you'll sit there and fight an entire BMI for 7 minutes, and he will break off one horn, and you need like 5 of those horns. Yeah. But see, but see with Diablo, you can get to the point where you're strong enough to map wipe, right? In this game, well, I haven't gotten to the point. Yeah. Oh, that's great. We get to do some blaze escalations with these hammers. Yeah, I know. I just, yeah. I was too enthusiastic for what you just said. Not exactly. So we're all kind of around the same level. Nika's a little bit newer to it than me. Virgil's way ahead of me. Like Virgil's already beaten all the escalations. Then you have the real end game content, which is your trials. So they have weekly trials where they drop a behemoth in, right? And you've got people killing these behemoths in 20 seconds. Well, every 30 to 45 days, Dauntless comes out with basically a new hunt pass, which changes some of the gear you're allowed to get, changes some of the emotes you're allowed to get. It's a constantly evolving game, so they're constantly dropping new updates, which makes it you come back and they've changed the way a behemoth behaves a little bit, increase the buffs and balances, so they're constantly rebalancing the game. Exactly. Yeah, so when you come back, you may have good gear for what you thought you were doing, but then you come back and then something's way stronger or something attacks way faster, and you got to relearn the timing, and so there is that to it. No, no, you could be a solo player and get that. Yeah. Hey, Neek, where's your hammer? No, no, no. The only way you get good with a hammer is by using the hammer. The pike is the fastest attacking weapon in the game, actually. Yeah, yeah, the chain blades are fast, and you got a lot of dodge potential, but they don't really do that much stun damage, but they're great for interrupting. You got 20 seconds. I did see the trailer for it. Now, I would like to see some actual gameplay for it because it just looks like a cool, shoot 'em up western kind of deal. It's just, man. But it's also $20, so I'm looking at that going, $20? Do I want to drop $20 on it? I have to check out some gameplay before I actually make a decision on that. Yeah. If you die, you gotta come back from the beginning. Yeah, but at least it's not Dark Souls hard. Oh god. Bloodborne, okay, yeah. But with Bloodborne actually has a slight advantage over Dark Souls in terms of difficulty, right? Because you can actually like play more aggressively because it heals, you get. Yeah, well, if you attack the enemy right after getting hit, you get to recover some of that health back. So it rewards aggressive gameplay, whereas Souls, you take 2 or 3 hits and yeah. Yeah. Yes, so there are things in Dauntless called cells where you can actually increase your, like for example, you can buff your stun damage. You can buff your actual attack damage when the Behemoth is angry, for example. Well, each outfit has different cells already inherent into it, so you can every piece of armor you put on has a different effect on it. Like some of them make you fireproof, for example. So you can actually, I've seen builds where you run half, there's a discipline cell which gives you half health, but gives you a chance to crit. And yeah, it's busted. Because if you get it, yeah, it's just busted. That's all I can say. Like, if you get the chance to crit, you're at half health. Then you have other cells that work with that half health. So there's another cell that gives you increased attack speed at lower health. There's another cell that gives you increased attack at lower health. So if you run all those cells together, you get to scale pretty well. Those are the builds that they're running in and killing things in 20 seconds with. There isn't like a hardcore for Dauntless, unfortunately. But if you work your trials, then the escalations get pretty rough too. So, and there's always the heroic plus patrols, which are a pain because you only get one revive, and that's it. Yes, forget that thing. Forget the thing. The Shroud makes me want to commit crimes, okay? Not only was it the Shroud, aka the Team Killer, right? But oh, this. Yeah, not only was the Shroud, but then you had to babysit the lamps as he's killing you. No, I don't smoke. I can't. Oil field. Yeah, you know, at any point in time, they're liable to give me that hair follicle 6-month back test. Oh, the money's always good. It's just when you're out there turning a wrench in negative 15-degree temperatures before wind chill, yeah, no, it's not fun. Well, yeah. See, I've done the negative 35. I haven't done minus 40. Minus 40, they tell us to just stop. Like, why are you working? What are you going to accomplish besides breaking the stuff around you? Oh, nice. Pacific Coast? Yeah. But I'd rather take that mild weather as opposed to, minus 40, because at minus 26 is when car batteries start freezing over here. Because I'm in North Dakota. Yeah. Well, the thing about, so was he warming his gas lines or his diesel lines?
Keystone Islands will be packed with charged Aether now that you've taken down the last behemoth. Nice work.
Okay, but yeah, if he was warming his gas lines, yeah, he probably had ice in his line, but the diesel will gel up. Like, diesel will straight gel in your lines, and that's it. Like, a lot of those big semi-trucks, they just stay running all day when it's that cold, because if they stop running, they will never be able to get it started again. Hey, Kels. Truckers? Yeah. Yeah. Well, well, I've actually driven out. So a buddy of mine took me ice fishing, right? And I drove out on the ice with him because the ice was 18 inches thick. Like, actually, to be completely honest, the ice was so thick. I drove out onto the lake. The ice was so thick, right? You take an auger, you know the augers, right? That you use to drill through the ice. Yeah, he went auger handles deep before he hit water. But I wouldn't be doing that with a semi. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, when you're a kid, well, did they have a nice warm ice house for you to go fishing in, or were you just fishing over the open lake? Oh, well, yeah. Well, if you're camping, that's a different thing. Yeah, and once you have that survival skill, you never lose that survival skill. Yeah, that's so. You mentioned you were retired. Did you retire oil field or? Okay. Hey, well, somebody's got to do it. Well, it's basic construction equipment and all it's got to be done, especially if you're laying any kind of pipe or. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason. Well, not everybody has the what's his name, the same aptitudes, and people don't get that, right? I once had a guy in my AP biology class, like this dude's in AP biology class, and he's failing. I've never seen that before, and he's failing the class, and he, you know, but when that smart board in the class went down, we were waiting 3 to 4 weeks on a technician, right? Technician wouldn't come out there. He went in there with a screwdriver. I think it was a little bit of, I don't know exactly what he did, but he just rewired it and it worked. And I'm like, why is this guy in this class? Why is he failing this class when what he should be doing is quite literally being an electrician somewhere? Yeah. And I just wish that the society didn't put as much emphasis on the schooling part of things, because not everybody learns in a goddamn classroom. Yeah. Until somebody gives you the full instructions. You know. Oh. That's rough, man. That affects your everyday life. It's not. Yeah, that's. Oh, okay. Yeah, and thankfully the company you work for is a good company too. Because if not, yeah. Yeah, when you're leading an entire crew, you need to be there on location with them, doing what they're doing. Like even the military will tell you that's why you have field, what's his name? Field field officers, right? Or non-commissioned officers, because if you don't have somebody out there who's actually doing it with them, the military as a whole, that's actually one of the things that we advocate for, because it helps. It not only sets you up from a financial standpoint, but it also is one of the biggest skill trainers in America. Like welders, a lot of them come through the military. A lot of the skilled labor that you're talking about, they have modes of service in the military. The engineers, they actually are. Ah. Run that by me again? Yeah. But I've heard of the Canadian Special Forces as well. Well, I mean, like I've seen a lot of these trucks out here, and the diesel motors, like you said, they're amazing. Because you think about the power output. You're talking about a machine that gives you what 600 horses, right? Some of these diesels are actually putting out 1,000 horses. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you think about how the diesel engine works. Who would have thought to compress air to create the heat necessary to actually burn the fuel? Like who would have thought of that? Well, I hear that, but there's a lot of companies that stand between that. We've actually, like how electric cars are catching on? Electric cars have been around since before the 60s. It's just there are companies that don't benefit from. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you see, one of the things that we do, right? So, for example, coal-fired power plants, natural gas-fired power plants, we could have switched all of those to nuclear a while ago. But the problem is there's a huge stigma when it comes to nuclear, but nuclear power is actually some of the cleanest power you can create. It's literally steam power using a nuclear reactor to create your heat, and the actual fuel burn of those reactors is pretty low. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am kind of ambivalent because they're technically, one person saying, "Oh, I didn't lose," one person saying, "Oh, I won," one person saying, "Well, you got ballot voter fraud," and I'm like, you know what? I'm ambivalent. At the end of the day, it's still America. Right wing, left wing, it's the same bird. Well, what it is politics. A lot of the politicians tell you a story about what they're going to do once they're elected, and once they get elected, those things never come to pass. Yeah. Yeah. Relief, yeah. But you know, as much as they try to make these promises, what I don't know how much they can actually keep these promises based on the fact that you can't just keep printing money. I don't actually know what his promises were, because basically a lot of people just touted him as the one. He was touted as basically the anti-Trump, so he mentioned something. He was talking about COVID relief. He was talking about student loan forgiveness potentially. But as to which of those promises made will actually be kept, hard to know. Oh no, it's not going away, and people are still, what's his name? People are encountering major issues in terms of the not just the healthcare, but the fact that they aren't being like the things that need to be taken care of, like the rent and whatnot, while people aren't allowed to work. I'm not sure, actually. It's probably at least $1,000, if not $2,000, depending on what the ambulance has to do for me. Yeah, every ambulance ride is expensive. And it'd be $1,000 just for the ride. And if I spend a night at the hospital, it's probably gonna cost me $1,000 out of pocket too, before the insurance. Oh, it'd be more than one night if I was sick enough to be in the hospital. So one night's $1,000 plus extra, you know. You know exactly. Healthcare is super expensive here in the United States. Oh yeah. Well, not only are you missing time from work, but the actual cost of getting sick is preposterous. Yeah, it's basically rough. And you know what? That's why they have medical debt in the United States. Oh, that's all right. You can't pay the bill. We will put you in collections for it. A lot of people actually end up going into bankruptcy because of medical debt, but you know, it is what it is. There are certain freedoms we have, and certain freedoms, you know, that aren't all that free after a certain point. Well, hold on a second. Let me bother Neek. So, Neek, how's that hammer treating you? Getting used to it? but you saw that stun chain we had going on the Pangar at that last bit, right? Yeah. Yes, there's a way to increase attack speed so that you have lanterns in this game. You have certain cells, but then there's also, if we're doing an escalation, there are certain things you can do. Speaking of which, we'll just do an escalation now to increase your speed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because attack speed actually translates into damage more readily. And if you can swing the hammer fast, that's a win, but I haven't built a speed like Dre was talking about building a speed build for the hammer, right? Where he's just swinging that hammer. He wants to swing the hammer as fast as people swing a sword. Yeah, I think you can get up to 25% attack speed on a lantern, plus give or take a little bit more from certain cells. Certain armors allow you to have higher attack speeds, or they increase your attack speed under certain conditions, like after you've dodged an attack. Looks like Virgil's got strikers. Strikers. Umbral escalation, you're fine. Get the stuff that increases your attack speed. If you have a chance to get them during the escalation. See, and this, have you seen Virgil's coffin exit? That right there. That right there.
Something tells me you won't have to look far for your glory. Good luck down there, Captain.
Ooh. Oh, you're angry now, huh? He's just angry. He was beaten up. See, that's why it's not even fair, right? Get him in the corner, just beat on him with hammers. Yeah. Yeah, Neek, see? I told you hammers are great. So yeah, So there are three kinds of damage in Dauntless. You have wound damage, which makes it easier to break off parts. Uh, Stagger damage, and your actual part damage, right? And then you have quote unquote true damage. But for the majority, the hammers deal part damage and stagger damage, right? So you see that blue number that pops up? That blue number is actually the stagger damage. So the hammers deal extra stagger damage. And after that stagger damage adds up to a certain amount, you get a stun. But after a certain amount of stagger damage, you're also likely to get what's called an angry Tiamat. See? You can anger him if you get the stun, if you don't get the stun fast enough. Ask me how that hit. Ask me how that's a hit when I'm on the other side of it. And now he's stunned, so he just died instead. Squad goals, I guess. That little extra bit of damage helps. What's that Styxian sacrifice they're talking about? I just got smacked. Yeah. Yep, there's the stun. From time to time, Discord messes up and you just don't have a connection anymore for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. Critical chat. So even if you're talking, the other people can't hear you sometimes. It's one of those weird things that happens with Discord. I think part of it's because it's free. Free is expensive after all.
got no more behemoths on the scanner beyond this island. This is your final battle. This time.
I'm with you, Neek. I'm on this one. Hammer sis. What was that? Run that by me again. Cyclone? No, I actually haven't. No, I actually haven't used it. Is that the one where you just keep spinning until you kill everything, basically? I heard that they glitched it recently though. Oh. Sound broken. It explodes everything around you while healing you. Yeah.
Keystone Island should be packed with charged Aether now that you've taken down the last behemoth. Nice work.
Nice. Yeah. And I guess as long as you have a weapon that has any kind of elemental damage on it on top of your herald, yeah. Nice. I've been using elemental proliferation on my eye switch. Yeah. Oh, see, I could probably basically dual element it with the ice, and basically every time I do my ice move, it'll have shock attached to it, and then I have the chance to proc that shock, that lightning storm, like you said. That'd actually be pretty interesting. Yeah. And as long as you've got the elemental proliferation, everything's just ugh. I mean, Path of Exile's been out for years, hasn't it? But yeah, I think they're coming. They're supposed to be coming out with Path of Exile 2 either at like beginning of next year, sometime. Because of COVID. Oh, yeah. And they're probably also waiting for the platforms to actually hit and figure out whether or not the platforms are gonna do well. Because I know that PlayStation sold record numbers, PlayStation 5 sold record numbers. I'm not sure where they are with the Xbox, but just the pre-orders alone, out the gate, PlayStation 5's at record numbers already. Yeah, yeah. Oh wow. I wasn't aware that they did that, but I mean, the One X was a really powerful console. Like, like the only thing missing from that thing was a solid state drive, and that'd have been it. Yeah. Yeah. And hopefully we don't ever have to encounter those Xbox ring of deaths anymore. Oh, my face. I'm sorry, I'm losing horribly right now. Yeah. Yeah, so your heat sink became a problem as opposed to something that could protect you. Yeah. Yeah, they explode too quickly. Yeah, they explode and then they actually cause harm because they come out so fast. Like 60 miles an hour plus anything that has like a hard tap, like the thing on the steering wheel. You're talking about breaking people's noses, potentially breaking necks. Yeah. The solar plexus. Oh, it does. Doesn't matter how much muscle somebody has, they can't defend that because that's a straight shot to the diaphragm. Oh yeah. If you can't breathe, you can't fight. Guess what? You got about 30 seconds. You can't breathe, you ain't doing much. Not too much, actually. Unfortunately. So was that a UFC match you said it was? Yeah. Well, I'm actually looking forward to that when that Tyson Roy Jones Jr. fight occurs later this month. Even though it's an exhibition match. I. Yes. But have you seen him since he went back into training? Like he's almost back in prime shape. Like I'm looking at him like those 30 years didn't do anything. That's scary. Yeah. No, that's a match to watch. Oh, they buffed what's his name? They buffed Valamir's armor. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, you know people are bet calling into Vegas to bet like right now already for that fight. And then Tyson says if he wins this match, he's gonna go on and try and do a couple more. Yeah. Yeah, no. I'm. Why would I own an animal that's looking to eat me as a pet? No, no. I'm good. Good. how much you think it costs to feed those things? Yes. I guarantee you they don't have an automatic litter box. Not for no goddamn tigers. All right, Neek, bring your axe. Bring your axe. Your transmogs or your skins in this game actually don't affect damage, but certain armor types do affect your damage based on the cells on them and the inherent abilities of the armor. Yeah, yeah, there is building room, so you can always transmog things to make it look like something else if you like the look of something, right? So if you like the look of something, you could make something else look like it. I see Virgil's liking those chain blades today. Link, I said bring your axe. You didn't have to bring the hammer. Play what? That was 4 Rain Soul Shards. I think that's a great point to stop at. Nick, how do you feel about that hammer? Yeah, you feel confident to go into any fight with it? Mainly? Kinda? Trash? Alright. No. No. You just going back to your toothpick, ain't you? Don't worry, I have to get good at certain ones too. Wait till you see me with the guns. I'm gonna be total trash. You're gonna be watching me low going, why are you doing so little damage? Did you just do 50 damage? 50? 50? And I'm gonna be looking at you like, yeah. That's all I got. I'm not gonna be throwing around 1,000 damage like everybody else. But I'll get good with the sword and get good with the pike and get good with the hammer and I gotta get Virgil level with the strikers. Punching Torgador in his face, interrupting him. Speaking of which, Neek, which of the escalations would you like to finish off on? You still trying to get them shards? All right. You got Torgador hands. I hear you. So we'll be doing this as our last wave, and then calling it quits for the stream. And yeah, Nick, please bring your toothpick. Don't bring your hammer. Bring your toothpick. I feel like we'll get along better with the toothpick for the escalation at this level. Hammer's good. Just why bring a tool? To, uh, now what's Virgil bringing to the fight? Strikers? Looks like strikers. Yeah, go ahead and change out from that hammer, because that hammer doesn't look so pretty. Nothing against the hammer. The hammer's a great tool. 2 axes, 1 striker, and pike. Alright, something's coming off.
These skies are playing hell with the ship's stabilizers. We need to fall back now. But we'll be there to pick you up at the top of the chain.
Really? You have to land on my face out of nowhere. Quit running. Really? All that health I just came back. Enough. dropped the rampaging shard, Nick. I don't know if you picked it up though. You see the purple drop?
Never doubted you for a second, Cap. Now, get the charged laser that thing was guarding. We can get out of here.
Well, with that, we'll be done for the day. You've been on air with Regime Gaming. Our values are honor, valor, sacrifice, and esprit de corps with gaming, because loot. Hello. So, did you go ahead and get the, what's his name? Did you get the purple drop? You saw me get it on screen, right? Nope, you didn't see me get it. Yeah, I got the purple drop.